Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see design of tension member using welded connection. So let's see the problem statement first. See, the problem statement says design a tension member to carry a tension of 280 kilonewton using 4 mm size of weld. See, only two data are given here, and how you can identify that this type of question is of tension member, because it has mentioned you have to the member has to carry a tension of 280 kilonewton. Even if the question was like this, design a member to carry, if there was no tension, still they would have given here the tension word. Tension means this is the type of tension member. Okay, so the load given here is 280 kilonewton and using 4 mm size of weld. So what I will do, first I will try a section, because they have not given any section. So first thing that I should do is you have to calculate the section, means what type of section I should use. I'll be using an angle section. So for that, what I'll do, the first step I will take it like this: try section. Now what is this? Let me tell you. See, the formula for design of a tension member, design strength of tension member for the yield is given like this: TDG is equal to AG into Fy divided by gamma m0. This formula you know, because we have used this formula so many times that you may have mug up this formula. And if it is not like this, it is given in the IS code, so no, you don't worry. Okay, so TDG formula is Ag into Fr divided by gamma m0. Now we have to use this formula to calculate how much will be the gross area required for my section. So what I will do, I'll put TDG as the load which they have given. I will be assuming that this one is the strength of bolt, not bolt, actually the strength of welded connection. AG I will keep unknown, because I want to find out what is the area required for this 280 kilonewton load, and one gamma m0 we always take it as 1.10. So gross area will be equal to 1232 mm square. This is the area that is required to carry or to resist this 280 kilonewton of load. Now what we will do, we will try one ISA section. So what I will do, I will write like this: try ISA. Now the question here is which ISA I should try. So there are so many ISA, means Indian standard angle sections are there in the steel table. So what you will have to do, first you will have to open the steel table. Now what I will do, I will open the steel table and I will find out a section which has area greater than this, because this much is required. I will obviously take more than that. See, if you open the steel table, let me show you the steel table. Wait. Okay, so this is the steel table that you have to use. See, there are various areas given here. The area required for our section was 1232 mm square. That means 12.32 centimeter square. So there are so many areas which are greater than this. For example, if you want to try 100 by 75 by 8, it is 13.36 centimeter square, and it is greater than our given our calculated area. It was 12.32. Then we have so many sections like 16.50, 19.56, and so on. But what we should take, see, if you take just slight value greater than the required one, there are chances that your section will fail and you will have to do this process again, the total procedure. So safe side, take a greater area, not slightly more than that, but safe side you have to take more area. For example, your required area is how much? It is 12.32 centimeter square or 1232 mm square. Okay, so you will take safe side. What I will do, I have used this section ISA 125 75 by 10 mm. So what is the area for that? 125 75 by 10 mm. The area is 19.02. If you can see here, I'll zoom it. See, 125 by 75 by 10 has an area of 19.02. That means its area is 19. how much it is? It is 1902 mm square. Okay, this area. So I will try section 125 75 by 10. Okay, now its gross area is how much? 1902. So this area I will take. Okay, so coming back to our numerical, so I will write try ISA 125 by 75 by 10 mm. And what is the area? Whose area is equal to, that is AG is equal to how much it is? 1902, that we have taken from steel table. This value is taken from steel table. Okay, you can get it on Google. Just search steel table PDF and you will get that PDF. Now you have to design this section for the welded one. Okay, so I will be using the type of section, type of connection as welded. So for that, let me show you some concepts related to the welded connection. See, for example, this is your gusset plate like this. Okay, this is your gusset plate, and you want to design the ISA. What is the size of ISA that we have assumed? It is 125. So I'll draw a 125 by 75, and its thickness is 10 mm like this. So I'll draw a section like this. Its thickness is 10 mm, its length, its one side is 125 mm, and its another side is 75 mm. This section we have used. Okay, now you have to do the welding to this angle so that this angle and gusset plates are getting connected. So how you can do the welding? Let me change the color. So let us assume I will be doing the welding like this at this portion, and I'll also do the welding at this points. Okay, like this. Now there is a concept. If you take the zoom view of this, so it will look like this. Your welding will look like this. Correct? So we have two concepts related to the welding. This one is called as S, that is size of weld. This one is your size of weld, and the thickness which you will be providing. For example, this diagonal distance, this one. So this diagonal distance, it is denoted by T. If you have to see in this diagram, it will be this one, T. So what is T? This is known as throat thickness. What it is? It is throat thickness. Okay, so this one is known as size, this one is your size of weld, and this one is your throat thickness. Okay, so first we will find out that what is throat thickness and what is the size of weld. So let's find out that. See, it will be a step number 2, that is size of weld. Now you will think that size of weld is given in the question, it is 4 mm, but there is one criteria. See, that criteria says minimum size of weld should be 3 mm. It should be 3 mm. And there is another criteria that maximum size of weld. How much should be the maximum size of weld? So it should be like this. See, it should be thickness minus 1.5. Okay, thickness is what? Thickness of the angle which you are using. Okay, so T is 10 minus 1.5. Now it comes as 8.5 mm. So maximum one is 3, minimum one is 3, maximum one is 8.5, and you can provide this one. So is it okay if you provide this one? Minimum was 3, at least 3 should be there. Our is 4, so it is okay, and maximum should be 8.5, it should be less than that. So ours is 4. So you can directly tell, or you can directly conclude that, I'll conclude here, therefore use 4 mm size of weld. 4 mm size of weld. So this is my conclusion, that I can finally use the size of weld as 4 mm, and it is denoted by what? S. Now the next step, what I told you, this one, throat thickness. How you can find out this? Throat thickness. So there is formula for that also, I'll tell you, and it is denoted by what? It is generally denoted by just T, or it is TT. Actually we are using thickness as T, so we'll denote it by TT. Okay, throat thickness. So throat thickness is given by 0.7 times the size of weld. 0.7 into 4. So how much it will be? It will be 2.8 mm. So we have calculated the throat thickness, we have calculated the size of weld. Let's calculate the design stress in the weld, that is FWD. I'll put it here. The next step, it is which step? See, we have taken 2 to 3 steps. Now the third step, that is the fourth step actually, FWD, and it is given as 0.462 times FU. Okay. Now FU, you know, you will always take that value. What is the value of FU? It is 410. Okay. So it will be around 189.42 kilonewton. This one is the maximum value of load the welding can carry. Okay. Now if you want to find out, see, I will show you another diagram. This one is very important diagram. Okay. See, wait a minute. See, if this is your gusset plate that I have told you, that let us assume that this is your gusset plate, and let us assume that your angle is like this, it is connected like this, and another leg is like this. Okay, like this. Okay, now it is not connected by the bolts, it is connected by what? It is connected by the welding. Okay, so I'll put welding sign here like this. Some welding will be provided here also, and some welding will be provided here also, like this. Okay, so this is my angle. Now if you want to see the top view of this, so how it will look, let me show you. Because see, this concept is very important. If you want to find out the size of weld, then it is very important concept. Okay, now I'll draw one diagram here. Let us assume that this is your angle. Okay, like this. This is your angle, and there is a gusset plate over it. So I'll put like this. This one is will be your gusset plate. It is like this. Okay, now this gusset plate, this one is your angle. Okay, this one is your angle, and this one is your gusset plate. They will be connected by what? By the uh, weld. Okay, let me erase this one because we have to draw the welding there. So what I'll do, I'll use different color for the welding. Let's use this one. So there will be a welding obviously here. This part will be welded like this. This one will be the length of weld. Okay, and this part will also be welded like this. Okay, so this much will be the welding, and it is not like that both the sides the welding will be of same length. It may be different. Okay, it may be same, it may be different. I'll assume that one. I'll assume this one as L1 and this one as L2. Okay, now, and there will be a center line over here like this. So how the application of load will be? So let me show you. Let us assume that this one will be the load in this direction. Okay, this one will be your P. Okay, now there will be a P here also, here and here. Let us assume that this one, to counteract or to make it in equilibrium, this one will be P1 and P2, and obviously total P will be summation of P1 and P2. This one is clear. Okay, now what about this distance? This one is very important. This distance, let me show you this in the IS code. Sorry, not IS code, it will be given in the steel table, and it is denoted by EXX. So let me show you what will be the value of this, so that you will easily understand from where I have taken this EXX value, and it will be useful. Okay, it will be useful in your calculations. So let me show you EXX value in the steel table. So what type of section we have used? Which section we have used? We have used this section one, that is 125 by 75 by 10, this one. Okay, you will have to refer this value only, this line. Okay, so how you can refer, which value you have to refer? Let me show you. See, these values you have to take. See, it is the section which we have used is 125 75 by 10. For that, area was 1902 mm square or 19.02 centimeter square. Okay, what is the value of EXX? It is 8.62 here, 8.62 centimeter here. They have given you the unit also like this. Okay, so it is 8.26. Now what is EXX? Let me show you this in the diagram. See, if you can see here, this one, see this one, this diagram, they have shown you that this one is your EXX and this is your horizontal axis from where your load will apply. Okay, so this distance is EXX, and how much is the value they have given? It is 8.26, that is 82.6 mm. So this value I will put there, 82.6, and where it will be used I will show you that also. Okay, so the value of EXX is 82.6. Coming back to our question, so this value is 82.6 mm. Okay, now this value is clear. Coming back to our this FWD. Okay, so this is what it will look like. Okay, and another thing, wait a minute, total length of weld will be how much? Let us assume that total length of weld is LW, so it will be addition of L1 plus L2. That is clear. Okay, so what I will do, I'll find out that value. So for that you will have to equate this FWD with the load, FWD with the load, or you can simply write equate FWD with load. Okay, so you have to equate like this. FWD is what they have, we have this value. Okay, but this value is not used. We have one formula which is from IS code, so it is TT into LW into Fu divided by root 3 into gamma m1. This formula you have to use, and that will be equated with load. Okay, TT, that is throat thickness. Okay, so throat thickness we have calculated, it is 2.8. LW we don't know, we have to find out that also. That okay. Now what is Fu? Fu is taken as 410. I have told you. Root 3 will be kept as it is, and gamma m1 it is taken as how much? 1.20. What is the value of load? See, this is the statement 280. So I'll put 280 into 10 raised to 3 because I want it in kilonewton. Sorry, not kilonewton, in Newton. So I can easily find out the value of LW. You can pause the video and you can check whether you can do these calculations or not. So after the calculations, the value will be 528.06 mm. Okay, this is the value of LW, that is length of weld. Now this value is very important. Means L1 plus L2 is how much? It is 528.08. That means L1 plus L2 is your 528.06. And what is this LW? This is your length of weld. Okay, this is your length of weld. Now we have calculated that. So can I conclude like this? Pu will be equal to this Pu. It will be equal to P1 plus P2. See, they are applied in this direction like this, and your Pu is applied in this direction. So for equilibrium, obviously P1 plus P2 will be equal to Pu. Okay, so Pu is how much? It is 280. If Newton, if you want to take it Newton, just multiply it with 10 raised to 3, and P1 P2 will be as it is. Okay, so I'm just making an equation. Now you have to take moment. Why you have to take moment? I'll tell you. First, let's copy this diagram to another page and we will do the next calculations. I want P1 and P2 also, and from P1 and P2 I will be calculating L1 and L2. Okay, wait a minute. Now I will give the names to these points. Let us assume that this point is A and this point is B. Okay, now, and total, how much is the total distance? It is 125, because we have taken 125 mm leg as a connected leg, the longer one. Okay, now what I will do, I'll take moment. So I'm writing like this, taking moment about A. If I'm taking moment about A, how will be the calculations? See, this Pu or just P, you can assume it as just P or the Pu. It is going like this. It is going clockwise, and it is at how much distance? 82.6. So what is moment? Force into perpendicular distance. So can I write like this? Pu into 82.6, and it is going clockwise. That's why positive. Now next one, this P2. This P2, if you have to reach this P2 to A, the moment will be 0 because there is no distance. What about P1? P1 will be going like this. P1 into the distance, perpendicular distance will be 125, and it is going anti-clockwise. That's why I will take minus. So P1 into 125 and that will be equal to 0. Okay. Now if you simplify it, you can easily calculate the value of P1. So how much will be the value of P1? See, Pu is 280. I'll put it in kilonewton only. P1 as it is, that is unknown to me, is equal to 0. So I can easily find out the value of P1. How much it will be? It will be 125.02 kilonewton. Now I know the value of P1. Let us calculate the value of P2. What will be the value of P2? It will be P2 is equal to, from total load, if I minus or if I subtract the value of P1, I will get the value of P2. What is the total load they have given? It is 280. So I'll put 280 minus 185.02 as it is. So the P2 will be, you can do the calculation by yourself also. P2 will be equal to 94.97 kilonewton. So I have got the value of P1 and P2. Why I have taken this value? See, can I write like this? Just think on this. Okay, you have to just think on this. What I am saying. See, can I write like this? That for safety purposes, what I'm saying here, just look at it. For safety, can I write like this? Your strength should be greater than or at least equal to the load. Am I right? Your strength should be at least greater than or equal to the load. Now what is the strength and what is load? Load is 280 kilonewton. So the strength of this joint will be at least more than this. But what about the formula of strength? So formula of strength is given as FWD into LW into TT. This is the strength and it should be greater than or equal to PU. If not greater than, at least it should be equal to the PU. Okay. So can I write like this? The equation will be like this: FWD into LW into TT, that will be equal to PU. If it is not greater than, at least it should be equal to this, the load. Means if your strength is 280 and if your load is 280, at least it will be capable. But if it is less than that, then it will not be safe. If it is more than that, it is okay. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll use this equation. So if FWD into LW into TT is equal to PU, can I write like this? FWD into L1 into TT, that should be equal to PU1 or just P1, which we have calculated. Can I write this or not? Instead of length LW, I'm writing here L1 and I'm replacing PU with P1. So I can write this. Let's put the values. FWD, what we have calculated in the previous steps, we have calculated that. How much it was? Here it is. It is 189.42. So I'll put that 189.42 into L1. L1 you don't know, just put it as it is. And TT is how much? It is 2.8. We have calculated that. And what is the value of P1? It is 185.02, but it is in kilonewton. Let's make it in Newton. So I'll be multiplying it with 10 raised to 3. Okay. So the value will be L1 will be equal to 348 point how much? 84 mm. Can I make it round figure? Yes, I can make it 350 mm of L1. This is the length of weld on upper side. Sorry, not upper side, on this. Yes, upper side. This one is my L1 and it is how much? 350 mm. Now in the same way you can calculate L2. Just put FWD into L2 into TT is equal to PU2 or P2. So I'll put that. Okay. Now in the same way I'll put the value of P2. So how it will be? It will be FWD into L2 into TT is equal to P2. Okay. FWD, how much it is? We have calculated that. It is how much? 189.42 into L2. It is unknown to us. TT we have calculated. It is 2.8. That will be equal to 94.97 into 10 raised to 3. Okay. So similarly, you can find out the L2. After the calculations, it will come around 180 mm. Okay. So how much was the value of L1? It was 350. And how much is the value of L2? It is 180. So the total length of weld will be LW. Therefore, I can write like this. LW will be equal to L1 plus L2. That is equal to, how much is the value of L1? It is 350 plus how much is the value of L2? It is 180. Okay. So the total you can easily find out. You just have to add this. How much will be the value? So it will be 530 mm, and this is my total length of weld. Now this is only part 1. We have designed the welded connection but not the tension member. Just clear this thing. We have to design the tension member by using weld. So this is just a weld design. Now what is remaining? We have to design the tension member. So tension, for the design of tension member, steps are very simple. We have to use the same steps, TDG, TDB and TDN, that you know. Okay, so I'll just put what is the value, what is the next step. It is step number 5th. Okay, what is the value? Let me show you. It is first value is TDG, that is design strength of member due to yielding, gross yielding. Okay, so it will be Ag into Fy divided by gamma m0. This time you have to find out the, now what will be the value of Ag? It is not that we have calculated. Okay, see, we have calculated value as 1232, but it will not be like this. The section that we have used, this value you will have to take 1902. So don't get confused in the exam. It will be 1902. Okay, so I'll put that one, 1902 into Fy. What is the value of Fy? We always take it as 250 divided by 1.10. So what will be the value of TDG then? After the calculations you can check it. It will be 432.27 kilonewton. Now we have calculated the value of TDG. Let's calculate the value of TDN. Okay, so it has two formulas. Which one? First one is approximate. Let's calculate approximate. It is alpha into An into Fu divided by gamma m1. Okay, this is the approximate rupture strength. Now coming back to alpha, what is the value of alpha? So remember, alpha will be 0.8 for welded, one, welded connection, always. Okay, so I can easily find out the value of TDN then. Therefore TDN will be equal to, that is approximate rupture strength will be equal to 0.8. What is the net area? See, I'll show you this concept. Okay, see, its gross area is how much? It is 1902. That is your gross area. Whether there are any deductions in this angle, whether we are making any deductions in this angle, no. So net area will also be same. Okay, so just remember, in welded connection, if there is no bolt, there is no hole, obviously the area will be same. So gross area and net area will be same. Okay, I'll make a box for this. You have to remember this. So what is the value? It will be 1902 only. And what is the value of Fu? It is 410 divided by gamma m1, it is 1.25. So what will be the value of TDN then? It will be 499.08 kilonewton. You can check the calculations. But this is just first TDN. You have two TDN values. Okay, so second one will be, I'll put it as B. The second one is, the formula is what? It is TDN is equal to 0.9 into ANC into Fu divided by gamma m1 plus beta into AGO into Fy divided by gamma m0. Now the questions arises here whether we know all these values or not. So let's find out the values. First I'll find out the value of beta. Beta is what? The formula is given in IS code 1.4 0.076 into W by T into Fy by Fu into Bs by Lc. It should be less than or equal to Fu into gamma m0 whole divided by Fy into gamma m1. Okay, and it should be greater than or equal to 0.7. Now comes the question here, what is the value of W then? So the W will be equal to area of length of width of outstanding leg. It is 75 mm outstanding leg, because see, our connected angle was like this. This one was 75, this one was 125. So outstanding leg is this one, outstanding leg. So 75 mm will be the W. BS. See, in welded connection, the value of BS will be equal to W, that is 75 mm. Okay, you can write for weld. It is also given in the IS code. You have to just remember. And LC. So value of LC will be equal to L1 in case of welded connection. And what is the value of L1? It is 350. So calculations are getting easy in case of welded connection. If they have given directly the value of this LW, that is 530, and L2 and L1, you don't need to do all these calculations. You can directly start with TDG1. Okay. So as they have not given, first we have calculated L1 and L2, and then we have started with the actual question. So all these values are known to you. Let's find out the value of beta then. Okay. So the value of beta will be like this. Beta is equal to, how much will be the value? 1.4 minus 0.076 W. W is how much? It is 75. Here it is. Divided by 8. No, thickness was how much? We have used 125 by 75 by 10. Okay, so thickness will be 10. FU, Fy by Fu, this is known to you. It is 250. It is 410 into Bs by Lc. Bs is how much? It is 75, and Lc, that is L1. Okay, and it should be less than or equal to, this values always comes 1.44. Okay, you don't need to calculate all the time, just remember it, 1.44. So the value of beta is 1.325. Okay, now beta value is known, just we don't know the value of ANC and AGO. Let's calculate that one. So the value of ANC will be equal to, what will be the value? I have given you the formulas. Okay, B1 minus T by 2 into T. See, if this is your angle, okay, this is your gusset plate, this is your angle, it is connected like this. Here is some welding, here is some welding. Okay, so what will be the area of connected leg? There are no deductions, but as I told you that half will be given to this, half one will be given to this, so that's why I'm taking B1 minus T by 2 into T. Okay, so B1 is how much? 125 minus T by 2, that is 10 by 2 into 10. Okay, so this one will be my ANC. How much will be the value of ANC? It will be 1200 mm². Okay, now same AGO, that is gross area, so it will be B2 minus T by 2 into T. What is B2? It is this one, it is 75 mm. Okay, so I'll put 75 minus 10 by 2 into 10. Okay, now AGO will be 700 mm². You can pause the video and you can check the calculations. Now we have calculated the values of AGO, ANC and beta. Let's find out the value of TDN. Okay, so the value of TDN will be 0.9. Again I am writing the formula for you. It is 0.9 ANC into FU divided by gamma M1 plus beta into AGO. It is multiplied by Fy. Okay, Fy, then whole divided by gamma M0. Okay, I'll put the value 0.9 ANC. What is the value of ANC? It is 1200 into FU. What is the value of FU? You always take, it is 410 divided by gamma M1 is 1.25. Beta we have calculated. Let's check it in previous step. How much it is? It is 1.325. Here it is. So I'll put 1.325 into AGO. It is calculated here. It is 700 into FY. FY is taken as 250 divided by gamma M1. It is 1.10. So let's calculate that. After the calculations, if you pause the video, you can do the calculations by yourself. It will come around 365.03 kilonewton. I'm directly writing it in kilonewton. First your answer will be in Newton. You can convert it into kilonewton by dividing it by 1000 or multiplying it by 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, now the last part remaining, see this one is, let me tell you, see this TDG was what? It was strength due to gross section yielding. This one was gross section yielding. Now what was TDN? It was net section rupture. Now only block shear is remaining. I can highlight this one also. What is this? This is TDN is what? This one is net section rupture. This is your TDN. We have two values for that. This one, this TDN1, and in the next step we have calculated the value of TDN, again second one. Okay, and TDG, it has only one value, this one, and this is what cross section yielding. Now the last part remaining, that is block shear strength. So I'll find out that one. Okay, let's calculate that. It is step number which? 6 steps we have completed. It will be step number 7, block shear strength or strength due to block shear. You can write like this. So we have two formulas for that, TDB1 and TDB2. Let me put the value of TDB1 first. It is AVG into Fy divided by gamma root 3 gamma m0 plus 0.9 into ATN, okay, into Fu divided by 0.9 ATN Fu divided by gamma m1. This is your TDB1. What about TDB2? It is like this, TDB2, it is equal to 0.9 into AVN into Fu divided by root 3 into gamma m1 plus ATG into Fy divided by gamma m0. And you don't need to worry about this because they are given in the IS code, and an IS code is allowed in the exam. Now the question is, what is AVG, ATN and AVN and LTG? Because this one is welded connection, I have told you how to calculate. We have taken so many numericals that how to calculate this AVG, ATN, AVN and ATG in case of welded. But what about in case of bolted connection? We have calculated, but what about these values in case of welded one? So they are very simple actually. See, AVG will be equal to AVN in case of welded connection, and it will be just length of weld multiplied by T. That's it. I'll put the value. Length of weld we have calculated as 530 into 10, so it will be 5300 mm square. This one is clear. Now what is ATG? So ATG will be equal to ATN in case of welded connection, and it will be how much? It will be B2 into T. What is B2? Width of outstanding leg. This one is your outstanding leg width. Outstanding leg width. So what was the length width of outstanding leg? It was 75. So 75 into thickness was 10. So it is 750 mm square. So you have calculated this. Let's put all these values here. So it will be 5300 into 10 raised to, no sorry, not 10 raised to, into 250, that is Fy. This one will be Fy, that is 250. So I'll put 250 divided by root 3 into gamma m0, that is 1.10 plus 0.9 into ATN. ATN will be, here we have calculated is, it is 750 into Fu is 410 whole divided by 1.25. So it is coming after the calculations as 916.84 kilonewton. I'm just directly writing in kilonewton. Okay, you can check the calculations. Then TDB2, it is how much? 0.9 into 5300, that is your AVN, into Fu is 410 whole divided by root 3 as it is, into gamma m1 is 1.25 plus ATG. What is the value of ATG? It is 750 into 250 as it is, whole divided by 1.10. So it comes as 1073.75 kilonewton. Which one is minimum? Obviously this one will be minimum. So I'll highlight only this one. Okay, only this one is useful for us. So I'll highlight this one only. Now we have calculated all TDG, TDN, TDB. Okay, let's calculate the final strength. So what I will do, I'll take the next step. So it will be step number which one? Step number 8. Design tensile strength of welded connection, or you can write design tensile strength of member by using welded connection. It will be proper sentence. Design tensile strength of member using welded connection. Welded connection. So let's put, and it is denoted by what? TD. TD is minimum of what? First TDG, then TDN, and last one is TDB. Okay, let's put the values. What is the value that we have calculated for TDG? TDG value was 432.27. 432.27 kilonewton. Second one, TDN. TDN we have calculated two values, 499.08 and 565.03. Which one is minimum? 499.08. So I'll put 499.08 kilonewton. And TDB. TDB we have calculated. There are two values, 1073.75 and 916.84. I'll put this one, 916.84. 916.84 kilonewton. So which one is the minimum one out of all this? Which one is minimum? Obviously this one is minimum, 432.27 kilonewton. So that is my final strength. And whether it is greater than the given load? Yes, it is greater than 280 kilonewton. That is my PU, greater than PU. Therefore safe. Okay, so in this way you can design a tension member by using the welded connection. So this was the video on design of tension member using welded connection. Thank you.